Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a bonus reading for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Cancer, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you are interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link. My official Instagram and official TikTok are all listed in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. So, Cancers, I hope that you're doing well. This reading really struck me. This series of readings I'm going to do is all about your ancestors, and the reason why is because I was, I was really kind of assessing all of my crystals, as one does. And this one really called out to me. This is a Mookaite crystal, a Mookaite tower, polished tower. And it's a crystal that you use for family lineage healing. It's also a crystal of grounding. So anytime you're kind of feeling like you're spiraling out of control, it's good to hold on to a piece of Mookaite. But it really spoke to me because it was almost like these kind of layers of history, and Spirit wanted me to talk about your ancestors, the ones that are around you, the ones that have blazed the trail, as it were, for your life, and how they're still with you. So that's what this reading is about today. I'm going to be using 2 decks for your reading: the Shaman's Dream Oracle and the Radiant Wilds Tarot. Cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Can I get the overall energy? Thank you. For Cancer, number 17, which corresponds to the star energy in the major arcana, the star, Aquarius, talking about wish fulfillment and healing. And the card says Eye of the Needle, intentionality. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Cancer, I am also a Cancer. And this could not, this could not have come at a better time, right? The Eye of the Needle suggests a kind of precision. If you've ever had to thread a needle, then you would understand that. If you've ever had to thread the needle for an older person, how they can't quite see it. I've now become that older person, right? So I have to ask somebody else to do it. But it's that sense that there's such a focus, a precision, a directedness, intentionality. And what does this have to do with our path? What is it that we want to accomplish? Especially at the time that I'm reading this, and these are timeless readings, but I just want to mention it. At the time that I'm reading this, it's almost the end of this year, and it's a time when people take stock of what it is that they've done in the past 11 or so months, 11 and a half months, and then they look forward to what it is they want to do next year. And you got to be careful, Spirit just said, in terms of setting New Year's resolutions, because sometimes when people set those resolutions and then they don't accomplish them, they feel a sense of defeat or regret. It's not about that at all. It's about setting out to do something for yourself, whether big or small. And the only expectation is that you'll try your best. And when you try your best, eventually you will succeed. It's Spirit is bringing a saying that somebody told me once, because I went to a lot of school. I was very, very lucky that I went to college, and then some more college, and then college after that. Why? Because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. But somebody said to me, well, you go to school long enough, eventually you'll come out with a degree. And I think that's true. Eventually you will accomplish what you set to accomplish if you stay the course long enough. And there's something here especially with the directedness of this eye. It's like trying to navigate a ship through a very narrow channel. Now Spirit is showing me the Panama Canal. So you could be from Panama. They're showing me the Panama Canal. I also just looked to my right, and in the distance there's a school bus. It's the end of the day, when I'm end of the school day, and they're showing me a school bus. So you could have gone to school in Panama. You could have done a foreign exchange program there. There's something about something from your past that your name could be Thomas. The name Thomas was on the top of the school bus. There's something from your past that you are looking back on, and your ancestors have also recognized that you did something in your past that you were really proud of. And when you look at it, you just say to yourself, hey, you know, I did that. I don't know how I did that, but I did that. I accomplished that. And so they're kind of asking you to resurrect that energy again for your future potential. So this reference to the number 17, the star, wish fulfillment and healing, it's like you setting the intentions for healing something, and it's like healing a blockage. Right? There's like this obstacle almost between you and your target, and your ancestors are, it's like they're all gathering around and kind of pushing you forward through the channel, through the narrow window. I don't know why the window is narrow, because, you know, there is a sense that what is meant for us will never pass us by, of course, but at the same time, we gotta grab the bull by the horns and make our way, and do it with intention. Your spirit guides really want to tell you that right now. So let me get 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, future advice from your ancestors. Advice comes out at the end. 3 cards are down. Okay. Interesting. Past energy. King of Swords. This idea that perhaps you approached life with a very regimented, rational kind of expertise about something. Sorry, my third eye started itching a little bit, buzzing. You approach something with a level of mastery. But you see how the face is kind of blurred out? And in the place of the mind space, there are these big cats. These big cats. It was almost like you were accomplishing things in short order, but there was no, your personality was somehow getting lost. King of Swords, air energy, that's Gemini, sometimes attributed to Aquarius as well, but this is a Gemini card for me. Air sign energy is very discerning, sometimes cold. It's all about business, getting down to brass tacks. Not a lot of feelings. Not the kinds of feelings that Cancer is probably used to. Maybe you didn't have a choice. Maybe you had to be big boss energy, strutting your stuff, making it known who was dominant. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, this is one of those things about Cancers that people take for granted, which is that I think I have a work person. I don't know, is he a friend? He's definitely a boss of types, but is he a friend? I think so. Soulmate for sure. But, which sounds weird to say, he's not a friend, but he's a soulmate. Yes. And he always likes to make fun of me because I'm a Cancer. I hope he's not watching this, but whatever. He's a Virgo. And it's always like, Cancers are so emotional. Cancers are so sensitive. And it's like, yeah, we are. And at the same time, we'll cut you out. And it will be so, the blade will be so hot. Just like the one the King of Swords wields. It's that blade of truth. That blade of integrity that Cancers have. That is unrelenting. Right? Because it's like, you can only push a Cancer but so far. They're really loving, but you can only push them so far. And then it's kind of like, oh, you misunderstood the assignment when it came to understanding me. I'm a precise kind of person, right? This is what I feel from your energy right now, Cancer. I'm a precise kind of person. And maybe you felt like, oh, that's so funny. I'm getting this crazy message, right? King of Swords is usually the expert, the authority. But when I said, oh, I feel as though a little bit of your personality is like missing from this past energy, it's almost like you had to I don't want to say dumb yourself down, because no, but it's almost like you had to come to you had to meet somebody where they were. That's a more diplomatic way of saying it. You had to meet somebody where they were. And so you had to kind of mirror their energy. So it maybe meant showing a little bit less of who you are. I wanted to say something less diplomatic, but I'm trying to, let's try to be diplomatic, right? It's clarified by the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Ultimately, what this did was it kind of stymied or stifled your manifestation. Aces bring new from spirit. This is a tremendously beautiful card to me. It represents new beginnings within the pentacle realm, the earth realm, the material world, a new potentiality. The card is in reverse. It's almost like a situation was presented to you, but it wasn't as appealing as you may have thought or hoped it would be. And so you didn't really grab hold of it. It's almost like all that glitters is not gold. Is it a diamond or is it a cubic zirconia? Which in this economy, cubic zirconia would be nice, right? It's interesting. There's a friend who is traveling. He's in Costa Rica right now with his lady love, and I asked them to visit a very specific tree. I've never been to Costa Rica. You could be from Costa Rica, Panama, Costa Rica, all of these kind of Central American areas, but I asked him to visit this very specific tree in Costa Rica. I didn't know if he would find it. Because somebody had told me about that tree and given me a picture and said, honey, if you ever go to Costa Rica, you have to visit this tree. I don't know that I'll ever make it there. So I asked him to visit the tree and talk to the tree for me. And he did. He found it, took pictures of it, and he said, I said hello for you, and you know. And this was just this morning. I was moved to tears. And then he sent me a picture, obviously not with this, but of the beach, of the landscape, and it looked like this. So Spirit's giving me that story because it's almost telling me that despite the fact that you didn't pick up this ace, you you turned your past situation around in a way that made it work for you. So it wasn't your exact wish, but somehow, because you're resourceful, because you're precise, because you try your best to be intentional, you made something work for you, and it came out beautifully. This is what I feel very, but you did, and this is the thing, you weren't even showing your full might, your full personality, because you were mirroring, you were meeting people where they were. Because you were mirroring people, they responded in kind, because it's almost like that was the limit of what they could give you. They gave you what they could. And I think you're recognizing that. It's very important. It's really important for a Cancer to recognize when they give too much. And I think you're realizing that now at this stage in your life. Your ancestors are seeing that. You're kind of learning that lesson. Like, sometimes I've given too much, and so I have to pull back a little bit. I can't show everything. The emergency vehicles are coming. This is a very important message. You've understood and learned that you cannot give everything, but it doesn't mean you can't give something. And when you meet somebody where they are, they're able to reciprocate in a way that makes sense. That's more or less equal for the both of you. And so then there are no disappointments. There are no regrets. There are no hurt feelings or expectations that are out of control. Can I have a clarifier? Thank you. Page of Pentacles. Baby steps. Baby steps. One step at a time. Who sings that song? Jordan Sparks? Does she sing that song One Step at a Time? Or I think it was Jordan Sparks. What happened to Jordan Sparks? I'm hearing that song in my head. The lyrics are One Step at a Time. It's a good song. It's a good pop song. You should listen to it. Or your name could be Jordan. Page of Pentacles. Making moves in the right direction. Incrementally. Incrementally. Yeah, you're not giving away the farm. You're just offering what you can when you can. And if you can't, that's okay too. Learning boundaries. Boundaries. In the present energy, 7 of Wands. Oh my God. Boundaries. 7 of Wands, all about boundaries. Sometimes it can be about blocking. Sometimes it can be about, recognizing what we've accomplished, but then doing our best to maintain it. Doing our best to maintain our stronghold. That's what this is. And kind of looking down on the situation from on high. Not in a snobby way. It's not about that, but just kind of surveying the situation and kind of understanding that there are going to be some limitations about who can come in, who can access. Wands energy is fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You could be dealing with a fire sign as well in your present energy. 10 of Cups, to clarify. 10 of Cups is bliss and joy and happiness. It's almost like telling me that in this present energy, now you finally learned to put some boundaries up and not feel bad about it. Like, you may have put boundaries up before, but then there was a part of you that's just like apologizing for it, or because now they're showing me a friend who she's absolutely spectacularly wonderful, but she wears her heart on her sleeve, and it's hard for her to hide it. And I had to tell her, I'm like, don't put all that ooey gooey love out there. You can't put it all out there. And then she said, okay, I won't put it all out there, but I'll do it with my eyes. That's what she said. I'll tell them I love them with my eyes. I'm like, they already know that you love them. You gotta make your point, make your case, stand your ground. She's like, okay, but I just love them so much. I was like, okay. So that's this energy here. It feels like there's a lot of compassion. It feels like there's also this importance on knowing who you are and knowing that you deserve to have your own space, your own safety net. Spirit just said safety net, which is not to say you're playing it safe. That's not what that's saying. And that's definitely not what this is saying. We're not talking about playing it safe here. We're talking about moving. Go forth. Go forth in the direction of your dreams. What quote was that? It's probably Emerson. I can't remember. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Winston Churchill? Nope, I don't know. Spirit's not giving it to me. Clarified by, Six of Cups in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse. Old ways of thinking, old ways of doing, not working for us anymore. Like we can look back at the past, but we're not going to. Water signs tend to be very nostalgic, and there's something in your present energy that is very forward moving, which is excellent. It's almost like now that we know that we've accomplished this, we're gonna move even further. But it's interesting here to close the reading, future potential, you got double threes. 3 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Let's look at them both in the upright just so you can see. I'm always so struck when I see this like chessboard, checkers board here, game playing. 3 of Wands. This card talks about waiting for an ideal, opportune moment and wondering if that moment will ever come. 3 of Pentacles in reverse is, in the upright, it usually talks about collaboration and co-creation. There's something here where you've struck out on your own. Not struck out, but you went forth on your own. And as evidenced here, kind of with the lessons of the 3 of Pentacles kind of following you. So maybe you broke away from a group for a while and you took all the most beautiful lessons that they ever imparted to you, and now you're kind of in the space of meditation, waiting for this kind of grand epiphany, waiting for the signal to move. But Spirit, your ancestors want to remind you that it's your intention that is the key, not their intention. They're here to support you. All your ancestors surrounding you, here to support you. Where is it that you want to go? You're in meditation about that. It's important that you figure it out, because I do feel that this window is very narrow. Can I have a clarifier for the future potential? The High Priestess in reverse. Pisces energy. High Priestess, number 2 of the Major Arcana. She sits at the veil between worlds. She's very psychic. Holds a lot of secrets. She talks to Spirit a lot. You're naturally a High Priestess as a water sign, but There are two possibilities for me when I see the High Priestess in reverse. One is that you're not using your intuition to its fullest potential. I don't really read that here because I do see you in quiet meditation and contemplation. So you're doing the work. Two, when she's in reverse, I see it as she wants to speak. The High Priestess wants to speak. Usually she's mute. She keeps the secrets to herself. Now she wants to speak. Spirit is saying, speak. Speak your intentionality. Ultimately, Spirit knows what you want. They know your heart. They permeate everything. But you need to be the one to be brave enough to say it. Oh, it's so difficult, isn't it? It's so difficult sometimes to manifest. Because it's, for me too, because it's kind of like, well, what if I say the wrong thing? What if I get exactly what I want? And it's like, I mean, it's a little bit of a game we have to play, right? The Spirit. All I do know is that if you don't set the intention, you're not really going to go anywhere. You go somewhere spiritually, like in your mind, and those places could be vast, but we're living a human life. So I don't want it to sound all about ambition, but I do want it to sound like your personal fulfillment. What will help you achieve your personal fulfillment? So I'm going to pull a final card of advice from Spirit. I didn't pick a deck for that, but I'm going to use this one, Wisdom of the Oracle. This is going to be advice from Spirit for Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Cancer, please. Number 40, reducing to a 4, which is the Emperor card. Divine masculine energy. Go forth, move, co-create. This is the thing, right? This is the card of co-creation. It's in reverse. This is Spirit's advice. Please talk to us. It's interesting here. It's almost, this is your past energy, remember? It's almost like I see this big cat here. You don't have to sacrifice anything of who you are. It's more about channeling all of the resources that you have to create something new and spectacular. That Emperor energy with the number 4, that's the entrepreneur, that's the CEO, the boss, the mover, the shaker, the one in control. It is really important that you verbally, even like by yourself, verbally express what you want to Spirit. Because when, and as I said that, like my throat chakra started to close a little bit, right? When you verbally express it, you send out a very specific kind of vibration. Let the world hear it. Let your message be carried on the wind. That wind can permeate and penetrate places that you haven't even dreamt of yet. So that's your reading, Cancer. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Cancer.